GCSE Biology with the Art Tutor. In today's lesson, we will be learning cell biology, more specifically cell structure. So firstly, we need to know what are the two types of cells. And they are eukaryotic cells and prokaryotic cells. Now the image below is a plant cell, which is a eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cells, which are animal and plant cells, have a nucleus which contains the genetic material or DNA of the cell, unlike the prokaryotic cells, which are bacterial cells. Instead, they contain their DNA in a single loop called a nucleoid or a chromosome, or in smaller loops called plasmids. Another key feature is that prokaryotic cells are way smaller than eukaryotic cells. Now there are two pictures below which are eukaryotic cells, but the one on the left is an animal cell and the one on the right is a plant cell. So you might be asking, what are the main features of cells? Well, all cells have a cell membrane, a cytoplasm and ribosomes. The cell membrane controls what comes in and out of the cell. The cytoplasm is where most of the chemical reactions take place, and the ribosomes are the sites of protein synthesis. Try not to be confused with photosynthesis, which is something completely different. Protein synthesis is the process in which cells make proteins. Eukaryotic cells have a nucleus, a cell membrane, a cytoplasm, ribosomes, mitochondria and vacuoles. The mitochondria, and you say it's singular as mitochondrion, generates the energy for eukaryotic cells, and vacuoles are the storage for the cells, filled with cell sap. Unlike animal cells, plant cells have chloroplasts and a cell wall. Chloroplasts absorb sunlight for photosynthesis, which is a chemical reaction that produces food for the plant to survive, and the cell wall strengthens the cell. Finally, prokaryotic cells have a nucleoid or chromosome, a cell membrane, a cell wall, plasmids and ribosomes. Now let's label the cells. Firstly, we have the animal cell. Have a go at labelling it by pausing the video and press play when you're done. So the black line around the cell is the cell membrane. And then there's the peachy kind of colour all inside the cell, which is the cytoplasm. And then there's the nucleus, which is the round one in the middle. And now there's the ribosomes, which are the tiny red dots. And finally we've got the mitochondria, which are the red, round, rectangular ones. Did you manage to label all of them correctly? Well done if you did. Next is the plant cell. Like before, make sure to pause the video to label the cell and press play when you're done. So the black line around the cell is the cell wall. And then the dark green line around the cell, but inside the cell wall, is the cell membrane. Then there's the nucleus, which is the red round one with a black circle inside. Then there's this cytoplasm, which is the light blue liquid inside the cell. Then there's the chloroplasts, which are the dark green ovals. Then there's the mitochondria, which are the red round ovals. Then there's the vacuole, which is the yellow centered shape. And finally, there are the ribosomes, which are the really tiny dots. Did you manage to label those correctly? Well done if you did. Finally, there's the bacteria cell. Like the last two cells, pause the video to label the cell and press play when you're done. So the orange line around the cell is the cell wall, this one here. And then the dark blue line around the cell is the cell membrane. And the squiggly blue line in the middle is the nucleoids or chromosomes. Then there's the little blue round line, which is the plasmid. And finally, there are the tiny black dots, which are the ribosomes. Did you manage to label those correctly? Well done if you did. Before we get to the end of the video, I've got a question for you all to answer in the comments to see if you were paying attention. What is the site for protein synthesis called? The first 3 comments to answer the question will get a shout out in my next video. Thanks for watching! If you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe to stay notified on more educational videos. See you next time!